Okay, so this is what we discussed yesterday. Maybe you want to open your Excel file that you used yesterday. Right. Our plan is to do like this. Okay, first we start with a random start. That is the one that we make. So it's practically just random number with 0 and 1, right? And then we use that random start with certain probability threshold. So this is what we did yesterday, so that when you put, for example, 0.9 threshold, it will become full, right? And then if you put, say, 0.15 or 0.1, the black cell or the cell with 1 will be smaller. Okay, so this is to keep initial values, okay, for the cellular automata to be randomized, and then you can control the randomization. Okay, and then what we will do is, okay, the real CA come here. So if you see this, okay, this is one of the example of CA. So the formula that I use is very simple. So if the sum of 9 is 4 or 5 or larger than 5, okay, the new center will be 1, okay, or else the new center will be 0. Okay, so let's try that. Okay, so if the sum of 9 is 4 or larger than 5, right? So I will say in here, okay, first if is about the control. So if the control is empty, right, and then start to simulate, correct? Okay, and then now the second if is the simulation. So if the control is empty, okay, I will generate random values. Oh, sorry, if the control is empty, I will do a simulation, or else I will do the random value, right? So what is the simulation? We use the second if here. If, okay, the sum of this 9, the sum of this 9 with this my neighbor, right? If the sum of my neighbor is equal to 4, or, so you put 4, the sum of this 9 cell surrounding me, okay, is larger than 5, right? Then you do 1, otherwise 0, right? Or else, okay, you do the randomization. So then you can just copy to this the board. So in this case 20 by 20. Okay, and that's it. So if you want to simulate, you just delete. Oops. Right. So when you delete, it's disappear. Why? Because the threshold is very small. Okay, so if you set a threshold 0.5, for example, okay, and you delete, and then you press F9, okay, Anil will create an island, will do a self-organization, okay, into an island, right? And this island will become the attractor, which is the fixed point. And if you look at this island, is always moving, right? So always moving at the same shape. Okay? It will repeat again cyclically. Right? So in this case, you know there is a cycle. Can you see that? Okay, try it on your own so that you can start to see what I mean. So there is a fixed point, but that fixed point also has certain cycles. So interesting. So that black cell here represents the attractor. Okay. So once you make it, you can share with me your screen. So the equilibrium, okay, is dynamically changed, okay, in the cycle. In my case, so in your case, how is it? Because it's random, so your shape will not be the same as mine.
Sir, can you guide me through it?
Okay.
I'll share my screen.
Okay.
So it will be.
So if
Is this correct?
correct,
Like so far.
correct. So larger than 5, right? Larger than 5. Then close the. No. Okay. No. That close the or. Is that correct? You close the parenthesis of the or, and then semicolon 1 and 0, right? And then semicolon again for the control, right? I think you need to close that before semicolon, sorry. Okay, and
Okay.
okay. In that case, now you're talking about the probability, right? So,
Pardon, sir, your voice is a bit small.
okay, so the probability. The probability is if random less than threshold of random, then 1, otherwise 0. If random function R and S less than the threshold, okay, 1, otherwise 0. Close it, and then one more close for the if. Okay, there you just copy to all. Right, so, and then you can just remove the stop.
Oh, wait, sorry.
The control cell you can just delete. Okay, so you did not make the circular reference. So you go to okay, file, down, yeah, formula,
Oh,
delete,
yeah.
then 1. 1.
Oh, okay, wait, sorry.
Formulas. Okay.
I'll check one more time.
I think you just ignore those error. That error is coming from your just set the ignore. Good. Yeah, ignore those error for all so that you can see.
I cannot ignore for all.
Ignore can option the error options you can change. There. And then remove that error. Error checking rules, the one that represent the, okay. Then now you can remove the stop. There.
Oh,
Oh, okay, you got it. Right.
oh, why does it stop moving?
Yeah, because your fixed point, in your case, your fixed point is actually a square already. That
Oh, okay.
in reality that is moving, but you don't see because it's exactly that. So if you want, you put something in control cell and increase the probability. 5,
5.
0.5.
Okay.
Okay, and then
Oh, it's 9. Wait, wrong typo.
just stop again first. Okay, and then you do it. And press F9. There, you get a new one, which is always moving, right?
Oh yeah. They will always like tend to flop together.
Correct. Anil, that's the name is from annealing.
Oh,
Okay, so it's blocked together. Right. So do you understand the meaning of this? Okay, so uh, those are the points. That's the attractor, stable points. Okay, so Livy, you want to show your screen? So you can continue with the next one. So copy the cell and then change to majority.
okay.
Copy the seat and then make a new seat and then change the rule only. Instead of anil, you can put to majority and so on. Okay. Livy?
Okay, wait, sir.
If you share your screen, I can help you. Yeah. So
So here, sir. So basically, I make a new one because I lost my file yesterday.
okay, no problem. Yes.
What?
Okay. You can just remove the ignore. Okay. This is also okay. If you want, you just click OK. Okay. And then now you want to set the threshold. Right click on this error because you did not make a threshold random. So you need to put the name. Maybe
hmm,
maybe in B4 you type that is the threshold for random.
P4.
B4 and B5, C4, yeah, B4 and C4, right? So say in C4 you put 0.5, for example, 0.5. Okay, and then okay, threshold random, that one, right? Oh, okay. So,
I need to copy one more.
oh, that's okay. Yeah. Good. So this is the basic, meaning if you don't do anything, it's supposed to become a random.
Okay.
Now you can start with making a rule. Okay. So let's go to D9.
D9.
Did you give name to the control cell C2?
Yeah.
Okay.
I think
Good.
so.
Good. Now go to D9.
D9
Okay. And then you put if in the beginning equal if
equal E
type if open parenthesis.
parentheses. Yeah.
Yes. Now point to the control cell C2.
So
Control equal empty.
equal
Equal double. Yes. Comma. Okay. So now you start the rule. So then you put again if.
mhm,
Mhm. So let's say you want to do anil, so you put or and then open parenthesis.
mhm,
Okay, sum s. Okay, and then open parenthesis. Now go to the neighbor of that. So you point to the neighbor, the 3 by 3 neighbor of that cell. So from C8 until E10, right? No,
equal
from C,
wait,
I think you need to put from
mm,
C8, is that correct?
no, D,
I think you can
D9.
just use mouse or
Let me move it to
until,
the-
no, maybe you just
Oh,
use mouse, yeah.
okay, okay. Yeah, C8,
C8,
this one.
yes, until
No.
E10. You can use shift, and then you use arrow.
Wait.
Press your, okay, click there and then press your shift, okay, and then arrow. Okay, arrow to the right now. While pressing the shift, you can, no, too much. Only 3 by 3. Yeah,
Okay.
go to the right. Arrow to the right 2 times. Okay, very good. Okay, so close the parenthesis,
Mhm.
equal 4, comma. Okay, the same sum a while ago, so sum again.
So this
Yes. Now you put it larger than 5. Larger
1,
5.
5.
Okay, close the parenthesis.
Mhm.
Uh,
Comma
1, 0. 1, comma 0.
1,
Close parenthesis, comma. Now delete that E9. Okay, so you just close the last part there, yes. There, now you copy that cell of T9 to all in the board. Okay, very good. So now you can Control C, and then you select all, and then Control V. Shift N, down and right. Yes, Control. Okay, very good. Now you delete the stop in the control cell. Oh, then you press F9. Keep repeating F9. There, you make it. Okay. So every time you press F9, that is the one time step, right? There. Yeah. So that is the fixed point that, oops, okay. Oh, disappear. So you can make again one more time. So in the control cell, you put any text, okay, and then you delete again. Delete the stop. Okay, and then keep pressing F9. Okay, now you make a nail. Okay, that is the fixed point, which still cyclical. Okay, it's the dynamic fixed point. So
why before this disappears? The one before this.
what do you want to say?
Uh, the one before this, it's all yellow, right?
All random.
Oh.
In the beginning, when you put anything in the control cell, it will become random, right?
Yeah.
So say you can start again. So to start, you just type anything in the control cell. Okay, and you can press F9 if you don't like this. F9. Yeah, it will randomize, right?
Yeah.
Once you agree with this initial value of random, to delete the control cell. Okay, and then keep pressing F9. There. Now you get two fixed points. Because it's already square, so it will not change. Why? Because the rule said if it is 4, right, if the sum of the 3 by 3 is 4, then it is 1. So it keep continues that way. So now,
okay.
Okay, so now you rename the seed into anil. Into anil, right? Anil. Anil is a double ANNEAL. And then AL. EAL. EAL. EAL.
Oh,
Yes. Okay, so now you can copy that anil. Copy, again, right click. Copy. Yes, copy, very good. Now you can type majority. The name is now majority. Okay, now check the slide. Okay, what is the rule there? And then you can change.
Okay, sir.
Okay, the same thing, yeah. Can you make it, Joy?
The majority. I
Majority.
cannot make the maze. I don't know why.
Oh, really?
But yeah, but I have a question. Like in your PowerPoint you say like fixed points form into islands stronger than anneal. What does like the meaning stronger here means?
Stronger than anneal, so it doesn't move anymore, right? Is it moving? In anneal, you sometimes disappear, right? And then sometimes still moving around with the cycle. In maturity, it's more stable. Did you try?
Okay, wait, I'll share my screen.
Okay.
Can you see my screen?
Yeah, yeah. So this is maturity.
Yes.
Okay. So can I see the rule? Just one of them. So can you quote? Oh, maturity means the rule must be larger than 4, right? So the okay, the sum of larger than 5 you can remove because automatically.
Oh, okay, okay.
Anyway, it's just redundant. So you copy everything. Did you copy everything from the first set?
Oh, I forgot.
Okay, now maturity.
Okay, okay, we just stay there forever.
Forever, yeah. Okay, you can restart again. So the majority you can start again. Okay, stop and then delete. Yeah. Oh,
Oh no.
happened. Okay, so let's restart. The probability is too low. And okay, right, it stopped there. It doesn't move, isn't it?
Okay, see.
Okay, it doesn't move. So the right question probably say suppose you want to throw an island of okay, Kalimantan, okay, the shape. So what will be the initial value? That's the good question. Yeah? If you use this majority rule. So dancing maze, uh, the maze is rather simple. So if the sum of 8 is less than 3, 1, otherwise 0. Can you make it? If,
Sum of it, so it's wait.
okay. So the sum of 8 is, okay, stop it. Okay, this is the sum of 9, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so minus, yeah? The sum of 9, so you need to minus that. Minus with the center. That, no. The sum of E6 to a G8 minus, okay, minus that center, F7, isn't it? No need to sum, minus the center. Minus F7, correct? Must be
Put
less than 3 or less than or equal to 3. Okay, the sum of 5 you can remove that rule. Okay, finished. So, oops, I think there is some. That's you. And then I think you just remove the or you don't need the or. And parenthesis, the closing parenthesis after F7. You need to
After what, sir? Pardon, your voice is
after
kind of small.
F7. After F7.
Oh, okay.
Okay. I think you need the last. Okay. Very good. Now you can put it down. Okay, and you remove that. Ah, there.
Oh,
Oh, you make a miss, right? So, yeah, depending on your initial random probability, you will get different miss.
oh, it's very cool. Like
Yeah,
it
it's
forms
correct.
into a maze.
Correct. So, uh, the
Is
next,
there an exit and an enter?
I don't know. No, it is that depends on your initial value.
Oh, okay, okay.
Okay, but the next one is actually cooler.
The other one is maze, right?
Yeah, this is the maze, right? This is okay, but
Oh, this is the maze. Okay,
yeah,
okay.
the
Sorry, I
the next
read
one is
wrong.
actually the one that I try to do research about this. Yeah, the dancing maze. So you just copy and then copy into new sheet, and then the dancing maze is sum of 9 less than or equal to 3. Yeah?
Less than or equal to 3.
Yeah, so without the minus. So you just copy the sheet and then you create new one.
Oh, my sharing is paused. Okay.
Oh, okay.
Can you see my screen?
Yeah, okay. I can see your screen.
Is it
Correct.
moving? Yes.
I do not see it. Oh, close the. You did not delete the control. So.
Just share to make sure. Okay.
Oh, there. So, what happened if you press F9? It keep moving.
Hmm.
Right. It keep moving. Right. So, if you make not 20 by 20, for example, 21 or 20 by 19, for example, it will not happen.
It will not. Pardon, sir.
It will not happen. The dancing maze will not work.
Oh, why?
You can try. It must be even number of rows, and
Oh.
if it is odd number, will not work. Right.
Oh, because it will be like a block.
Yeah.
How did
So,
you figure this out? Can you like?
trial and error.
Oh, okay. How long did it take?
I don't know. The trial and error itself maybe just 5 minutes, but the reason about this. So I created because I did not believe that this is a fixed point. So I did not believe that this is will never stop, right? So I created a new program, for example, in MATLAB, and then I ran it for 1 week. Will it ever stop? But apparently it did not stop.
Oh, okay.
It moving. Okay, so it keep moving that way.
Is there like a pattern?
There should be. So the question is the problem. Maybe there's a cycle. Okay, so which probably depend on the size, which I don't know how to measure it yet. So this probably can become a just curious research if you want as a small project. But anyway, so this is kind of a fixed point which is dynamically changed again, right? Between the stable and unstable. Yeah, you can see that this is stable and unstable, right? The black and white here or 0 and 1 is basically stable and unstable. Okay. So this is just to demonstrate to you. Interesting. Okay. Now depending on, now you can just change the rule. Okay, and you can create your own rule. Okay, and based on that rule, at this point, out of curiosity, okay, eventually, once you make certain things, you start to study the properties of it, isn't it? Right? That's how you do research. Okay, so you go out by trial and error. Okay, you have the tools, so you try your own rules, okay, and then try to find the properties. Okay. Of course, the more your knowledge, the more properties you can investigate, right? And then eventually you can start to see, based on the properties, then you can start to see, okay, what will be the application of that. That's how the science work. Okay. In all the lecture that you learn, okay, in this class or in other classes, usually they already get everything and then provide it for you, isn't it? Right? And then you just study it and then you believe that what they are doing is true. Okay. So what I'm trying to teach you is the other way around. Okay. I'm trying to teach you something that where you can actually explore on your own. Okay. To find new knowledge based on this. Can you get this idea? Okay. Okay. Meaning that you can create your own rule, so you can explore your own ideas based on this tool, and eventually it become your name. So I hope this is useful. Okay, so the idea is right, do your own experiment. Okay, so experiment by inventing your own rule. Okay, and then try to find some interesting pattern. Okay, probably you can share it in the class or other people. Okay, and again, you want to show dynamic behavior and fixed point. Okay, and in terms of application, then you start to think. Okay, what is the application of that? So basic lesson in CA is a very simple model. Okay, this is discrete dynamical system that visualize into space. Because you can visualize into space, then the drawings is kind of visual, right? It's much better than just numbers, isn't it? Okay. So, and of course, you know that rules matter. Yeah? The initial condition also matter, right? And based on that, you can also see, you can form static pattern or dynamic pattern, okay, of the fixed point. Okay, so, and some dynamic pattern usually forms a certain kind of cycle. Again, through this lesson, I hope it's useful for you, because it practically gives you some a lot of opportunities, yeah, to invent many rule or behavior that you can do on your own. Okay, so I hope this is useful for your future. Okay. So depending on the rule that you create, okay, sometimes the rule comes from the application. Sometimes the application comes from the behavior that you make. So can be both sides. Okay. This is what is about research about. Okay? So if you don't have this kind of tools and knowledge, so all you learn is from the books or from the lecture. That means you only receive, but you don't learn to give contribution to the knowledge to the world. By teaching you this kind of tools, I hope this will be useful for you, that you can start to contribute, create new things. That's the whole message of this class. Okay. So, is there any comments or feedback for the difference equation class? So, tell me, what did you learn?
We learned about cellular automata.
Yeah,
and
today. But whole half semester.
oh, half semester, we learned a lot, like how we can apply difference and differential to solve a lot of problems, such as a lot of things. Like what I remember is like the lake thing where you move the lake, and we also learn about Markov error in operation research.
No, in operation
Oh,
research.
okay. I got it mixed up.
Okay. So this is thing difference equation is especially the homogeneous, non-homogeneous one. You remember homogeneous and non-homogeneous. Yeah? Non-homogeneous means there is force outside. Okay. Homogeneous means only within the system. So if you think in terms of the force, so that force means external things that influence the system. Okay. That means you can influence the system internally, intrinsic motivation, or you can also influence the system externally, extrinsic motivation. Okay, the meaning of force is in daily life. Yeah, if you want to see the force, is actually about motivation. Okay, so say in human to human relationship, right? So there are certain things that you create certain distance. Yeah, you create certain distance, right? So if you are too close, so there is a friction, right, between you and your friend or between you and your family. So then this is the application of differential equation. Yeah. So that means you know because of that force, okay, there is a force that makes a friction. So what you will do, you start to create a distance. Okay. So how to create a distance? So simple. Okay, you can create a psychological distance, not really the distance in terms of space distance. Okay, uh, as simple as using cloth. Okay, say if you are close to your friend or your family, you can use casual clothing. Okay? Your clothes is casual, isn't it? Right. But say the president of Indonesia come to your house, what you will do? You will probably use batik, yeah? Right? You will speak formally, isn't it? Okay. So the way you speak, the way you use your clothes, the way you do things, actually that create distance. Correct? Why you create distance? Okay. That is psychological distance, cultural distance, isn't it? Okay. By creating that distance, you start to maintain certain balance, certain equilibrium. So now you can model all of this that I just talked about into difference equation, isn't it? Because now you know all of these are practically, even in daily life, okay, everything is about equilibrium, stability, okay, certain distance that you make. Can you see the application? So say another example. Use, I will throw. Okay, this is time. Okay, this is your satisfaction. Okay? Your satisfaction. Right. Say today you receive a big input of, say, you get a reward or you get a gift probably, or you get a big salary or increase. This is your input force, external force. So what is your satisfaction level? Okay. Usually you are like this, right? Normal. Suddenly your satisfaction level at that point of time increase so much. You are very happy, correct? But over time, what is your feeling? Gradually come back to the equilibrium. Correct. Correct, eh? So this is the state, you know. Okay, your satisfaction state level. Yeah. Yeah. So this is the force that you apply at certain particular time. Okay, eventually you come back to equilibrium. So whatever satisfaction, whatever external force inputted to you, eventually you will go to certain equilibrium point. Right. So people said, look, if I increase my salary, I will be happier. Yes, at that time only. Okay. Over time, you will become indifferent. So then you need to increase your satisfaction level or your happiness. You probably need new input again and again. So this kind of behavior, okay, observed and can be modeled using difference equation. Okay. Because you know the value of the states, and then you can try to create a model in difference equation. Okay. This is example of application of difference equation in daily life. So is it useful? Right? Anything you can model, you know. This I'm talking about the feeling, right? The state feeling. Ordinal number, meaning you can use utility. Okay, so you can model anything based on difference equation. So this is very useful tool. I hope this is okay with you. So any feedback, any comment, any question? So I try to simplify the mathematics. So I said, look, you just look at into level and rate. Okay, the rate is the difference. The level is practically the states. So once you can start to see this, you can also draw the diagrams, right? Like CLD, SFD. Those are the modeling tools about difference equation. Okay, so with this I can stop the difference equation. Okay. One more time before we move to the next topic on OR. Okay, so difference equation come from sequence, or difference equation produce sequence, correct? Say, for example, 1, 2, 3, 4. These are sequence, right? So you can create difference equation from this sequence, correct? Similarly, if I make 1, 1, 2, 3, 5, 8, this is Fibonacci sequence. Can you make difference equation from this? Given the sequence, can you make the difference equation? Yes? I cannot.
Sir.
Yes?
Yes.
Yes, okay, good. So with that, you are ready for your final exam. I already give you the clue. Okay, so let's stop for a few minutes, say if you want to go to toilet and so on, and then we will continue with